So today I'm going to run through a little bit of some tech tips on GOHUNT Maps 101 type stuff. But basically I want to show you guys how to utilize state layers on GOHUNT Maps on the mobile app. There's a lot of questions about it. Just kind of walk you through how to turn on, turn off layers, how to download layers, that sort of thing. So once you got your GOHUNT Maps open on your phone, you want to jump into the library. So the library is located in the lower left corner. Tap on library, it's going to open the drawer. I like to take the drawer and expand it all the way top. This makes it easier to see all the states. So you can see here on the left, you're going to have a list of all 50 states. GOHUNT Maps covers every single state, so all 50 states. And so what I like to do is find a state that you want to research more often or hunt more often, or just start planning for your next hunting season. So I'll start tapping into those certain states, and I want to favorite those so I can easily access it, because I don't want to keep scrolling through that list of 50 states every single time, especially if we're going down trying to find a state like Washington, Wyoming, Utah, that sort of thing. You have to scroll at the bottom. So in the upper left corner, once you click in the state, there's a little like favorite area. If you tap that little star, it's going to add that to your favorites list. So right now I have Colorado added as that favorite list. So for example now, if I'm at the top, you'll see I have all, there's favorites, and there's downloaded. So once I have those favorites entered, now those are the states I frequent most often. So I want to have those listed as a favorite to quick, easy jump into that state. And then when you see all the states here, we want to be able to download those state layers ahead of time. So that when you go offline, you'll have every single layer downloaded all at once. No longer do you have to worry about, did I download roads and trails, did I download private, did I download public? We've done a couple of videos on this already. I'm gonna check those out, but I'll walk through them here again. So, download a state layer. Again, it gives you all state layers for the entire state, everything, all at once. You wanna make sure those are downloaded. So make sure to check if you download them or not. You'll see here that these circles with little checkbox, that means I have downloaded Nevada, and I've downloaded Montana already. So if I need to download my Colorado or whatever state it might be, it's gonna have a download arrow. If I just tap that, go in here, click download, I can start downloading all the state layers. And again, that's gonna be everything from government land, private land, roads, trails, water, wildfires, everything you need for that state, download all at once and never have to worry about it again. You don't have to turn them on either before you download them. You can download them all and then turn on the layers later. So, how to use those layers? Either we have them downloaded, or right now we're sitting here and we just want to start researching. The easiest way to do that is to tap on a state. And again, it's going to show you all these different layers you have available to that state. So now we want to start turning on those layers to start researching or going field hunting. So I want to turn on government layers. So I'm going to tap on government layers, tap on this little eye on the right, and that's going to activate that layer. If you want to see what you're doing to make it easier, you can actually move that drawer down. Now you can see here, if I do some zooming in, you'll see all the government layers turn on. And as I tap the eye again, all those layers will turn off. So I'm gonna tap the eye, and then if you're the type of person who likes to stack layers, I do this a lot in a lot of states. I stack different layers on top of each other just to kind of see more of a picture of what I'm looking at. You can actually take some of those and adjust transparencies. Say you don't need that public land there that big and bright, you could lower it, or you can crank it all the way back up. Then just gotta click the back button. So again, you can just roll through here. One thing I want to point out too, if you're hunting a state that has a ton of different unit boundaries, make sure you're only turning on the unit boundary that you need. You don't need to go through and turn on every single Wyoming unit boundary right now for all the areas, because let's say I'm only concerned about hunting deer. Why would I want to turn on the mountain goat areas, the moose areas, the elk areas? Because some of those unit boundaries could be different. So all of a sudden you might be looking at a unit like, hey, this unit boundary doesn't make sense. I know I can't hunt here, but GOHUNT Maps shows I can. Well, you probably have a different unit boundary turned on for that state that you don't need to, that pertains to a different species. So only turn on one of those unit boundaries at a time. And also a little tip too, you can adjust the transparency, if I should click it on here, for the unit boundary, but I always like to have that thing maxed out so I can visually see that unit boundary really, really easy. And then again, you just go back on the screen, turn on whatever else you want to turn on. Let's say I want to turn on roads and trails because they're very important for navigating and hiking in the unit. Just tap that eye again. It's going to turn on those roads and trails. If you want to scroll down below, turn on water. Again, turn on water. And you can keep going and turn on all the various layers you have. And again, you can just move this drawer down, start zooming in. Eventually you'll start to see all these different roads, all these different trails in the state you've turned on it, and then make sure as well that you download all those state layers for your offline use. So that's just basically a quick run through on using state layers, a little bit on downloading layers, and then activating all those layers. Again, it's very easy, but highly suggest you guys jump into GOHUNT Maps, download those ahead of time, and start playing around with them so you know how to use it. So that when you're in the field, you're way more successful because you know exactly what layers you like on, what your transparency settings are, and just basically how to use them. So just a quick run through. If you have any sort of questions, comments, suggestions for other videos you want to see about maps or just general maps questions, be sure to drop them down below and I'd be happy to respond to all you guys. And also, best of luck this fall.